Are you a pervert or something? Okay. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
Hold on a sec. I just
National
want
Pornographic says it.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15 what?
The whales have a 15-foot penis. I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15
Are
what?
you a pervert or something? Okay. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
Hold on a sec. I just
National
want
Pornographic says it.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15 what?
The whales have a 15-foot penis. I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15
Are
what?
you a pervert or something? Okay. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
Hold on a sec. I just
National Pornographic says it.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15 what?
The whales have a 15-foot penis. I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15
Are
what?
you a pervert or something? Okay. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
What's up, heathens? How ya doing? Tonight, we're going to be checking in on a flat earther who thinks he has solid proof that the ISS, as well as other satellites, simply cannot exist. He only has the best evidence, obviously, and it is in no way easily explained by a quick Google search. So, we're going to get into that tonight. If you're interested in how flurfers still continue to misunderstand everything, then please stay tuned. All right, but first we have... Hold on. There we go. Okay. Today I learned. All right. I want to say hi to Mama Atheist, Daniel M, Sirenian, Lisa for Truth, Almost a Doctor, who does a lot of great science stuff over on his channel. He recently put out a video about lasers, which I have the final portion of our discussion that's going to be going up soon. Sorry I didn't get that out to you guys today, but that will be posted soon with the relevant laser footage from Almost a Doctor. So definitely go and check out Almost a Doctor. Hey there, Drew's Book Reviews and Jonathan Hanachak. Hello, everybody. So, oh, hi, honey. Sorry, thank you for my alcohol. So tonight I'm having a bit of a special drink. It's moonshine and vanilla Diet Coke. Okay, it's special because I haven't been drinking liquor lately. We've been doing a whole lifestyle kind of change type thing. So, no liquor during the week. That's the big lifestyle change for me. No liquor during the week. Just on the Fridays and the weekends and beer every night. Woo! 3 ounces of moonshine. Tonight is extra. All right, so... First up, today I learned that the CIA revealed a heart attack gun in 1975, a battery-operated gun which fired a dart of frozen water and shellfish toxin. Once inside the body, it would melt, leaving only a small red mark on the victim where it entered. The official cause of death would always be heart attack. That's scary as fuck, isn't it? Of course, this is when all of the conspiracy theorists kind of go crazy with it, because they'll take that nugget of truth, the fact that the CIA had a heart attack gun, and then they'll propose wild-ass theories just to fit whatever narrative they want to spin. Oh, Jesus Christ there, Mike Mick. I don't know, you guys probably heard it through the microphone, but he sent a super chat saying moonshine and Coke Ninellas. I don't know what a 9L is, but I'll drink to that. And obviously, I need more moonshine in my system if I'm gonna actually say shit properly tonight. All right. Yes, GE without liquor. It's been interesting. I've been walking like 10,000 steps a day. I'm doing it. Anyways, all right. Well, let's see what's next on the Today I Learned. Next on Today I Learned that insider trading has only been illegal in Japan since 1988. And even today, many Japanese don't understand why it's a crime since it was formerly regarded as common sense. Interesting. And then Mike Mick sent another super chat just saying Vinayas. Coke Vinayas? I don't know. What's a Vinaya? Is that I feel like it's Spanish for something. Anyways, almost a Dr. GE, you could be blind drunk and still make more sense than a flurf on the shape of the earth. Yeah, I know, right? I wonder if I should do that. Oh, vanilla? Maybe it's vanilla and moonshine and Coke vanilla. That would make more sense.
Is it good with the vanilla?
It's very good with the vanilla. But yeah, it was a really good idea. Thank you, honey. But I think that maybe I should do that. Just get really shit-faced on moonshine one night and try to make more sense than a flat earther and have KC capture it on her phone. That might be interesting. We did that with Mormon history, and it was pretty fun.
It was very fun.
Yeah, thank you, Mike Mick, for your super chats there. I appreciate it. Oh, and before we continue on, I do want to get to something really quick. Kids to Love. There's a link in the description for a PayPal pool if you want to contribute to this year's Kids to Love fundraiser. We are buying toys for foster kids. They don't normally get very extravagant toys because they are foster kids. So there's an organization in North Alabama that is a foster kid organization that runs a toy drive. So if you want to help us buy toys, you can donate to the PayPal pool that we have listed, or you can do super chats or join the Skeptic Mafia. Any of those ways will help buy kids, foster kids, toys this Christmas. And clothes. So KC just put the PayPal pool in the chat there, or it is in the or it's in the description. Either one of those, or super chats and all that kind of good stuff. We got Daniel M, who did a super chat that says David says hi. What's up, David? What's up, David? How you doing, buddy? That's totally not because of the moonshine. Mike Mick said vanilla Cokes and 4 Roses. How many vanilla? Huh?
4 Roses is bourbon.
Oh, 4 Roses is bourbon? How many vanilla Cokes and bourbon have you had there, bud? Anyways, all right. So that's it for the fundraiser shilling kind of deal there. Hold on, let's get back to here. There we go. All right, so let's go to the next Today I Learned. Final Today I Learned tonight. Today I learned that the National Park Service has officially advised against sacrificing slower friends in a bear attack, even if the friendship has run its course. Wow, they actually had advice. It said to sacrifice your slower friends in a bear attack. Damn, National Park Service, y'all savage. We got Elizabeth Richardson that says, before I forget again, get some Lego sets and socks for the kiddos. Thank you there, Elizabeth. And then Mike Mick has 3. The answer is 3. Well... That's how many vanilla Cokes and bourbon he's had. I don't know exactly what the ratio you did there is. Like I said, I've got 3 ounces of moonshine here. That's all that I can really do for tonight. But damn, that's a lot of Coke and bourbon. Anyways, so yeah, National Park Service. Y'all some crazy motherfuckers. I would never suggest sacrificing your slower friend. it might be funny in a joke, kind of way. Like, if you're telling a joke, it's like sacrifice your silver friend. I'd say don't sacrifice anybody to a bear. Let's see. Mike Mick says a bottle divided by 3. Damn, a whole bottle of bourbon. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, if I drank a whole thing of moonshine, I would be 3 sheets to the wind. I'd be past that. I probably would black out. Almost the doctor says, I thought it was 3 standards per drink. I don't know. I've got 3 shots, so hopefully, since I haven't had it in a while, I hope that it doesn't tear me up too bad. But we'll see. We're doing flat Earth tonight. Now we don't have shitty ass science tonight. I didn't find a good shitty ass science question, but I do have Brocephus that's going to come by to read off some comments. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Oh, yes, did not break character. What the fuck? All right. Hey, heathens, how y'all doing? Y'all ready to read some comments? I don't have any science. What was that?
I'm ready.
You're ready?
Yep.
All right, let's read some comments. Ruth Hinch on Alex Collier proves a hollow earth and an alien moon says, educate yourself. He is very consistent. It is a deeper rabbit hole than you can imagine. Ridicule it as you may. I don't need to educate myself about how there's not aliens in the moon, nor how the earth is hollow. This is one place where both GE and I can agree. The fucking earth is not hollow and aliens are not on the moon. Now, you Mormons out there might think that there are pilgrim aliens on the moon. This is a legit thing that has been taught in Mormon history by one of the Mormon founders. So, you can't give me shit about how it wasn't actually being taught, because it was. They literally believed that pilgrim aliens were on the moon. Did you know that there, Casey?
I did not know that, but in the chat, one of the chats, Johnny, I think this is time for pancakes. Pilgralians.
Pilgralians. I love that name. Pilgralians. Fuck yeah, I need more alcohol. Need more alcohol for this shit.
GE's drink.
Huh?
Why are you drinking GE's drink?
The alcohol transfers between us. Cadence says you almost need moonshine to deal with flat earthers. I agree. And Cadence, thank you so much for continuing to do the super chats and everything like that. The kids are going to be just so happy to get whatever in the fuck we buy for them. All right, let's get on to the next. We got 6 comments to read off tonight. We need to fucking get on it. Here's the next one. All right, I'm going to hide the bottom part because it's the funny one. Bliss says, papaya, peach, pineapple, banana, spring water, maca powder, and raw honey post-workout smoothie. And then some jackass comes in with obtuse, rubber goose, green moose, guava juice, giant snake, birthday cake, large fries, chocolate snake. Shake. Oh, shake. I got thrown off because there was a snake earlier. But damn, I feel like that makes as much sense as whatever the fuck she said. I feel like it was an incantation that's going to make me lose about 35 pounds, though. Yeah. Let's see. We've got Cadence. Quentin. Sorry, Quentin says, Cadence is wrong. You need moonshine to deal with flurfers. And then Drew's book review sent $5 but retracted his message. I'm so sorry, Drew. If you want to put it, just free type it into the chat. I will read it so you don't have to pay more money. We got Dr. Osiris is in the house. What up there, Doctor? How you doing? And Math Pig's here. What's up? I will wait for Drew's message. All right, let's get to the next comment. All right. Okay. So this right here might just be a troll post, but we're not sure. I'm going to read it as if it were not because we cannot be sure with Republicans right now. We got Mike Mick who says favorite Pokemon is Abracadabra. Gatsy Hunter. Hunter. Thank you, Mike. Please keep on drinking and sending these super chats. I'm trying to catch up, man. All right. Let's set the scene. The year is 2028. The convention crowd goes wild. Smoke machines pump weed smoke into the crowd, and AOC's eminence is heralded by Mongolian throat step. I don't know how they fucking do it, but that's as close as I can get. Over massive loudspeakers, AOC appears descending from the rafters on a platform of fused golden AK-47s in full BDSM gear.
Awesome.
She leaves the platform and approaches the podium, walking across the backs of naked secret servant agents. They've been replaced with servant agents, not service agents. Her daggered heels leaving blood in her wake. She leans into the mic and begins her presidential acceptance speech. Don't be fooled. This is the future that the radical left wants. This would be fucking awesome, by the way. I would totally shit myself if I saw this happening. Seeing AOC accept her presidential nomination or her becoming president-elect while doing all of this shit. It's got to be held in Colorado or some shit like that. I don't know.
Somebody is high. I don't know if it's
Everybody's high, okay? We got another super chat from Mike Mick that says, Kaka, you see your laughs, but nightmare attack! I think he just suck a Pokemon on me.
Drew put his comment in there.
Oh, Drew did? Let's see. Let me see if I can find Drew's.
He tagged me.
Let's see. You two being weird, I said, damn it, bro, Cephas, why did you have to shatter my last sacred belief of Mormonism? Yeah, sorry about the whole pilgrim alien thingies. And then Elizabeth Richardson said, I could get behind that regime. I fucking know, right? Daniel M's David. Good night there, buddy. Sorry this is what you gotta go to bed to, but that's how the ship fell.
You're such
I know, I'm a bad influence. I got it. Let's go on to the next comment, okay? Ah, shit, this is fucking large. Hold on. By the way, I just want to give a collective fuck you to S.J. Thomason. No context necessary.
I can't even believe we're saying her name.
She who shall not be named, go fuck yourself. I hope somebody clips this shit out. Let me put a little marker in here. There we go. Marker added to clip that shit out. I don't know what in the fuck that does, but YouTube Studios got it available for me. Anyways, let's see. My half-brother let us know he's never getting a vaccine because it will contain a microchip to track him. He told us this via his iPhone, which is already fucking tracked by GPS as well as your carrier through all of the antennae that it's got to communicate with. Good looking out there, bud. I hope you don't get the vaccine so you don't get the microchip implanted in your asshole. By the way,
This guy, his half-brother's a fucking idiot.
his half-brother is a fucking idiot. Thank you, honey. But also, the lawyers are telling me that there are no microchips in the vaccine. The vaccine, if it gets through all of the proper channels, will be fine. You should probably fucking take it. All right? I'm a little hesitant because of the orange baby that's apparently tearing ass all the way through the White House right now. I don't know if he's going to force something through that'll make you grow a third leg or something, but I mean, it very well could be. Mike Mick says, GE, this is faking large. KC, yeah, we know. I roll. I'm not sure either, but please, Mike, keep sending them. All right. Oh shit! Hold on. Let me get this selected. Shit! Would you select the correct thing? I've got 45 fucking layers that I gotta select through. All right. Here's some actual comments from the GE page. I need more moonshine for this, honey. We're gonna have to increase my intake to about to another 3 ounces of moonshine. I think. It's all right if I'm over budget tonight.
Also, I think you're getting a little familiar calling me honey.
What? To Timothy, what the fuck ever, we share wives. Listen, John Cross says, I don't know how I found your channel, but I just hope I can forget and hopefully never find it again. Sorry. I like how he's repentant about finding my channel. He's like, sorry about this, but I found your channel and I hope I forget it. You are the reason I drink there, GE. Yeah, John, I hope that you never find my channel again, because apparently it has caused you some kind of psychological trauma being exposed to all of this fucking truth that I'm spitting here. You know, at least my channel isn't like Godless Truth or something like that, because you know that I would be spitting some really big bullshit, because only channels with truth in the name have to try to overemphasize that they are telling you the truth. It's like when Donald Trump is talking and he's like, believe me, it's true. No, it's not true. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to tell people to believe you.
Did you realize we have a channel member that has truth in their channel name?
What channel member is that?
Lisa for truth.
Lisa for truth. Lisa. Hey! I don't mean you, Lisa. There are others out there that are not like your particular title.
We're just gonna move on.
Let's move on. Next comment. Thank you, Lisa, for being a Skeptic Mafia member. That's my bad. All right, there are outliers to every title, and there are outliers to everything, and Lisa for Truth is definitely an outlier. The general thing is that they're trying to convince you whatever bullshit they're telling you is the truth. Okay? Let's move on. All right, Alex Collier, another Hollow Earth fucking one. Oh, I think that... Oh, no, there we go. Mike Mick says, your glass, you're going to heaven. Your mouth says you're... Thank you, Mike. Keep sending those super chats. All right.
Telling him he doesn't have to pay to chat.
Yeah, you don't have to pay to chat, man. You can just say some crazy shit in the chat there. I just don't want you going broke over. It's like, why can't you make rent? Well, fucking Godless Engineer had me keep making super chats.
Drunk and kept sending super chats.
Mike Mick says, yes, I do opportunity. All right. Adam Coleman says, did you just boast about having a degree and then sit here and make a YouTube video? Good thing you got a doctorate to sell t-shirts online. For one thing, Godless Engineer does not have a doctorate. He has only ever claimed to have 2 degrees, a bachelor's and a master's. But he's got 2 masters, because right here it says Sciency School of College, and then apparently it got degree of doctorate of theology. It's a doctorate of theology. This is just as good as any Kent Hovind fucking doctorate. Kent Hovind? Yeah, Kent Hovind. Kent Hovind doctorate.
And you know how I know that's legit?
You printed it yourself, huh?
I made it myself.
We made it ourselves. We know that it's legit. Doctorate of Theology and Scientism. So there you go. I am a doctorate, and yes, I do post videos online. What of it, bitch? Let's see. I do believe that's all the comments for tonight, so thank you for hanging with me. Bro Cephas for the comments. I will hand y'all back to Godless Engineer. Yeah, that's his fucking name. All right, I will hand you guys back to him here in just 1 second. Good night, heathens. So that was interesting. Also,
You drank some of your drink.
remember, honey, it transfers.
Oh.
It's fine. Thank you. Thanks to everybody for doing the super chats tonight. I really appreciate y'all doing that. Especially because, you know, like next week, I'm kind of taking the week off, so there's not going to be regular videos next week, primarily because it's my birthday week. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, I really appreciate everybody doing the super chats, watching tonight, everybody that's joining to have fun with the flirts. We're still going to do a live stream next week, just, you know, no regular videos. Mike Mick says, love the content. KC is great. I'm moving back to TX soon. I always support y'all. Yeet! Thank you there, Mike. I appreciate that, man. Dr. Osiris says, happy birthday. Thank you so much there, Doctor. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for the happy birthday wishes. Drew Book Reviews, Jonathan Nickel, everybody. Thank you so much. So I'm going to have steak. Randomness from GE.
We're going to a local meat market tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to go to a local meat market. And we're going to pick up some custom steaks as well as probably some ribs or something to cook on Monday.
And some burgers.
And burgers?
And maybe some chicken.
And some chicken. We're going to go and get all the meats.
We might get some lamb, too.
Fucking lamb!
I know. You want some lamb chops?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, lamb. All right. Y'all ready for this response video? I know I am. Seamless transition. All right. So tonight we're going to be going over some Flat Earth stuff. This is from the official channel. Do y'all know the app on the app stores that's like the Flat Earth clock? Anybody? No? Okay.
Yes, I do. I have it.
You have the app?
Yeah.
Well, this comes from that channel. Apparently, that channel just reposts a bunch of Flat Earther stuff, so it's kind of like an aggregate for everything Flat Earth. And so I was able to find a couple of videos. Now, this one's altered a bit because the asshole used some copyrighted music. So this other than the super chats that come in, the video is probably not going to get monetized. It's probably going to be ineligible to monetize after we start watching this video. I was able to get most of the copyrighted stuff out, but it was still catching a little bit, and honestly, I didn't really care all that much. So it's probably not going to be monetized. But we got Quentin Van Booben, who's making sure that it's getting monetized by saying, put this towards a bottle of something for your birthday. Ooh, we got to buy a bottle of something. $10 is going to buy one of those little things, but I appreciate it, man.
But one of those little things, if you drink all of it, it'll get you drunk.
Yeah, it will. That's a good bit of alcohol there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're about halfway down on our Coke and moonshine. Maybe this video will get it all the way down. Don't forget any super chats or memberships. If you become a member tonight, it will go directly to buying toys for foster kids this Christmas season. So if you want to help us out, you can still do that tonight by either donating to the PayPal pool or by doing a super chat. Either one works. I don't know if we've gotten any donations to the PayPal pool, but any donations are very much welcome. So we're going to get right into the flurfers now. There is some complicated stuff. I want to go right ahead and say that I'm not an expert. Almost a doctor is an expert in most of the things that we're probably going to be talking about tonight. So, but I am not an expert. I'm doing the best that I can with the knowledge that I have, and I think that I understand all of the things that he's saying tonight. So I'm going to do my best to, relay that good scientific information to you. But I will have reference links in the description after the show tonight. So definitely hit up those reference links if you are interested in any of the explanations for why this guy is wrong. Okay? So don't just instantly trust me. Definitely look at the good links that I'm going to give you down below. We got a couple of super chats. One from Cadence that says super chat for remonetization. Also help with the birthday drinks. Thank you so much. Lisa for Truth says use this for your birthday. Oh, fucking hell. Yes. Thank you, Lisa for Truth. And also for not unsubscribing for shit talking your channel name earlier. Appreciate you. I remember that I'm supposed to go on your channel for an interview here soon. So given that I'm taking off next week, I can probably make that happen next week. I've got your email. I'll be in touch soon. All right, so let's get on with the show, shall we? If I can talk correctly.
The International Space Station, at an orbital height of over 300 kilometers in the thermosphere. Wait, the thermosphere? You mean where it is said to reach extreme temperatures due to the absorption of highly energized solar radiation? Because the International Space Station is comprised mostly of aluminum, the melting point of which is a mere 660 degrees Celsius, compared to the 2,000 degrees Celsius said to exist in the thermosphere. NASA only digs their grave deeper when they then claim that the air molecules in the thermosphere are so sparse that the temperature can't even transfer to a thermometer, going so far as to say it actually feels cold in the thermosphere.
Okay, so yes. In order to understand why he's wrong, you have to understand why things get hot here on the Earth. And why it's very important to know at what elevation you're taking these measurements for, like the melting point, or let's just say the boiling point for water is a really good, easy example. The boiling point for water changes depending on what elevation that you're at. This is because of how thick the atmosphere is at whatever particular elevation you're at. At sea level, water boils at like 100 degrees Fahrenheit? Let's see, what does water boil at? Sorry, I'm fucking wrong. 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius. I was thinking Celsius. That's at sea level. But if you go higher up in elevation, you're going to have less atmosphere, and therefore it's going to be a higher boiling point. If you go lower in elevation, then you're going to have a much lower boiling point because you have more atmosphere. The reason why this is important is because the atmosphere is what transfers heat to an object. It's also what causes an object to heat up, right? It's the I want to say it's called, what is it? Convection? I think convection transfer. Conduction, convection. I think it's heat transfer is a discipline of thermal engineering that concerns the generation, use, conversion, exchange of thermal energy between physical systems. Yeah. So, it's all about heat transfer, and the reason why the International Space Station does not melt, because it's primarily made of aluminum. Which is just what he's saying, is because there's not enough atmosphere around it in order to cause it to heat up to that point. Now, if you look at like the technical literature about the thermosphere, it's at certain points in the thermosphere can it get to be that hot. And so that's what's important there, is that at certain points, at the point that the International Space Station is orbiting low Earth orbit, it does not get that hot. There's not enough atmosphere around it in order to in order to heat it up to that point, in order to transfer that heat. So we've got almost a doctor that says, "GE, come to Australia. I'll shout you a drink or three." Fuck, man, that would be awesome to be able to go to. That's got to be on our like bucket list or something, right, honey? Go to Australia. That would be fucking awesome. I will definitely try to look you up if we ever can make it to that point, which I'm sure we will. It's just it'll be a while. We're still setting some shit up here. But anyways, so NASA is correct. It is because of how thin the atmosphere is in low Earth orbit. I think it's the opposite of what you're saying. Less atmosphere equals lower boiling point. Probably. Sorry if I got that mixed up. I'm drinking. That's the reason why.
Okay. Don't ask me how they were able to then measure the 2000 degrees Celsius in the first place. But then you ask me, how is the International Space Station electrically grounded? And you've stumped me. So we ask NASA, and their response is that the ISS is grounded by the very air surrounding it. Wait, you mean to tell me that air that's so sparse it won't even register the intense temperature of 2000 degrees Celsius onto a thermometer is able to maintain the electrical grounding of the entire space station?
All right, so this requires a little bit of explanation here because that's not actually true what he said. That's not what NASA says. That's not what anybody says. And let me actually window capture. Yes, window capture. Let me get this pulled up right here. Okay. This is my wait music that I'm doing myself right now. All right, so thank you, Susan, for the super chat. I will get to you here in just 1 second. So, what actually grounds the International Space Station is something called the plasma contactor. Is what it is. Now, in order to understand what it why the whole grounding issue is a thing, you have to understand a little bit of electricity. So basically, you have to ground it in order for the excess electrons to safely escape, like whatever system that you got, right? Normally, this is done by grounding it by attaching your negative lead to, for instance, on a car onto the chassis of the car, letting those extra electrons flow out into the chassis of the car. That is that's normally when you think of grounding, it's either there or like a rod that's stuck into the ground. But in space, you don't have that kind of luxury, right? Essentially, what grounding is you're basically letting the electricity or the electrons flow out into the surrounding environment, right? So we got to figure out a way to do that. Well, that's where this plasma contactor comes in. And I'm reading off of the NASA website right now. So this is literally what NASA says. That the grounding of the space station's photovoltaic arrays, the negative ends of the arrays, are grounded to the structure, place the ISS at a large negative electrical potential, negative 160 volts DC. relative to the ambient space plasma when the arrays are producing power. In order to avoid sputtering and to lessen the undesired results of this grounding scheme, plasma contactor devices in the hull emit a steady stream of plasma from the station to raise its potential to within a few volts of the ambient plasma. So it's not the surrounding air that they ground to, they actually produce this sort of plasma around the hull that it is grounded to, and so that is how the ISS grounds, or at least that's how it solves the grounding issue. All right, let's see. We got Mike Mick who says grounded by the grace of God, but yeah. And then Susan sent a super sticker that was just like, yeah. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate the super chats there.
Since when does air ever discharge static? But before we get sucked down into absurdity, let's consider the velocity of Earth through space, and then take into consideration the innumerable amounts of not only meteors, but micrometeors, interstellar space dust, and floating debris, all traveling at comparable speeds, which should all pose a very real and constant threat, not only to the International Space Station, but to all the astronauts said to be on board.
Yes, micrometeorites are very, can be very detrimental to it. And if the ISS was not designed to mitigate this potential risk factor, it would be very hard for the ISS to stay up there, stay pressurized, and stay working. Luckily enough, the engineers at NASA also thought about this, because they're not idiots like you seem to think they are, the person that made the video. So basically, how the hull is constructed on the ISS is that it has sort of this outer shell, outer hull wall, right, that will break up these micrometeorites. So it'll hit that first, and then there's an inner hull that remains intact. So there's basically this shielding that's around the hull that it comprises the hull. Now, this was like earlier in like space devices or space transport things, they would have this sort of dual wall kind of thing, one to break up the meteorite before it actually hits the hull, and eventually you would have to replace sections because the hull would essentially be damaged or would provide less protection for those particular parts that the micrometeorites hit. But later versions of this hull included light materials like Kevlar that would try to lessen the impact of it. The hull is still damaged by the micrometeorites, but it's not punctured. So you have to understand how the ISS is constructed in order to understand how they mitigate these micrometeorites. Also, the astronauts definitely put themselves at risk whenever going outside of the ISS or any spacecraft because of how the suits are constructed and everything like that. You know, they're protected against the elements, but it's still very much a risk whenever you're outside of whatever spacecraft that you're in. So he makes it out to be like, oh, they act like it's nothing to be out there, when in reality they understand the problems with it, but they're not trying to show that fear, especially on camera, right? Or they could just not be afraid of it. They could completely trust in all of the risk mitigation things that they have worked into both the suits and the ISS. But every astronaut knows the risk of that they're going into when they go up into space. So to act like they're just carefree up there is just ridiculous. Wait, we got another super chat from Mike Mick that says, GE said hull. Gah! All right.
The sheer infinitude of undetectable micrometeors shooting through space from whichever haphazard impact like bullets should make every spacewalk a real life-threatening assignment. But every astronaut is always laughing about how much fun their jobs all are, whilst constantly inserting lame attempts to identify with viewers. They even go so far as to hairspraying their female astronauts' hair, making it look like anything but authentic weightlessness. The scene.
So you're trying to tell me that the astronauts that you see on camera from the ISS, they have hairsprayed. They have hairsprayed the women, and that's how their hair stands up. Like, if gravity is the reason why hair, droops down in the first place, in low Earth orbit where there's very little gravity to hold anything down, do you see? Well, okay, so hold on. There's a little bit of a misspeak there. It's not that there's little gravity. There's just as much gravity on the ISS as there is on the Earth in general. It's just that the ISS is in free fall, and so it seems like there's no gravity. That's the effect, that there's very little gravity, right? The free fall kind of neglects or negates how much gravity is pulling on it. So therefore, it seems like weightlessness, right? So just to clear that up, so you don't think I'm totally an idiot about these things. But on the ISS, you think that hairspray is what causes the women's hair to like go up. I'm sure if you had a guy up there with long hair, his hair would be fucking crazy as shit too. So it's just kind of crazy. Almost a doctor who is almost a doctor in physics and everything like that says, Godless engineer, they seem to underestimate how big space is. I would agree, definitely. Lisa for Truth sent a super chat saying female astronauts are trolls in disguise. Obviously they're trolls. I just can't wait for them to break out in song with the guys. And then Justin Timberlake pops out of nowhere and starts singing. What's that one that he's famous for? Something about sexy? Oh, I'm bringing sexy back. He's bringing sexy back on the ISS. But yeah, I like how all of these flat earthers, they do everything that they can to sort of argue their way around it. Dr. Osiris says, Godless engineer, what percentage you drink? You're bladdered. Well, the moonshine is 128 proof, 51% alcohol. And I've got 3 ounces of it in here. What? I'm cut off, guys. Okay. Cadence says, finally a doctor.
Are equally as laughable, as well as when turbulence is encountered on their outfitted zero-G planes. Not to mention bubbles being caught on film during their spacewalks. Though there is a trackable.
So the whole bubble thing, I want to address real quick. The insinuation there is that they're in like a tank, right? Now, I'm in a unique position because I'm in Huntsville, Alabama, where they actually have a tank that astronauts train in at the Space and Rocket Center, and I have to say that shit, I knocked my mic. It's quite ridiculous to think that the green screen technology, or at least the green screening that could be done in a tank under like with astronauts underwater, is really ridiculous. There's no evidence of green screen. There is no evidence that they are actually underwater. I've seen the tank. There's just simply no way that they could like fake it like that, right? It's quite ridiculous to get the kind of footage that we have of astronauts and to think that it's faked with a massive tank. So yeah, it's really just, I don't know what else to say about it other than it's fucking ridiculous, and it just shows that they've never seen the tanks that they train in.
The International Space Station as it is said to move across the sky, the image is strangely prismatic, resembling a hologram, and does not in fact look like an actual orbiting piece of machinery. Clearly, for the reasons already stated, the International Space Station cannot exist the way NASA claims. So investigate the subject for yourself.
Okay, so I get that in your mind it seems like it's a hologram. That's really fucking dumb, but I can assure you that the reason why it appears to be that way to you is because you're looking at it through a bunch of atmosphere. And because of that, the atmosphere is causing a lot of distortion in the light that you receive from the ISS. That's why it looks that way. You get a similar effect when you look at different planets in our solar system through a telescope. It's because you're looking through the atmosphere, which is causing a lot of diffraction. It's causing a lot of issues with the light. And I realize that it makes me seem a lot more drunk than I am when I burp while I'm talking. I'm sorry about that. Huh? At least I didn't hiccup? That's true. I don't want to fake hiccup because that might result in real hiccups. Almost a Doctor says, ask them why we can tell the difference between the training in the tank and the actual footage, not as though they are different. Yeah, that would be interesting to ask them. If I can ever fucking get a flat earther to talk to me again, I'll definitely ask them that. Almost the Doctor also says adaptive optics is the field of trying to account for those distortions. Yeah. I mean, Einstein predicted something similar. He predicted how light would be distorted by gravity. And it's not exactly the same at all, but it kind of gives you the same kind of impression of how light is affected by things that you see through. And the atmosphere is definitely one of those things that you see through it, and it distorts the image that you see. Same kind of thing with gravity. You see through the gravity, all of the gravity distortions, and it breaks up the image and everything like that. And that's something that Einstein said. I probably shouldn't bring it up, but because I didn't look into it before this, it's just going off of my fucking bad calculus 3 from like fucking 15 years ago. Shit, I'm old. I'm turning 36 on Monday.
You're all right.
I'm all right. Thank you, honey.
You're old. Am I old?
No, honey, you're not old.
I'm older than you.
No. All right, let's continue. We got satellites next.
Ask questions. Have you ever seen a satellite? Though some people claim that the moving lights they see in the night sky are satellites, consider that at a minimum height of 160 kilometers, large satellites are said to be about the size of a city bus. Now, can you see a bus at even 20 kilometers away?
I like how his gotcha here is, can you see a bus from 20 kilometers away? No, you can't. Therefore, satellites are bunk. I mean, sure, if you launched a bus into orbit around the Earth, I can guarantee you we would see it from the surface of the Earth, because the surface of the Earth looking to the orbit of Earth is not going to have like curvature in the way, because you're not looking over the curve. You're just looking fucking straight up. Daniel M says, anyway, happy early birthday, Godless Engineers. Thank you so much, Daniel M. I know that you had a birthday this month too, so happy birthday to you. I think I told you happy birthday on your birthday. So, anyways, all right, let's continue.
Not to mention that the thermosphere is also said to exist at this distance, where the 660 degrees Celsius melting point of the aluminum comprising the satellites would be far exceeded by the 2,000 degrees Celsius of the thermosphere.
So, I mean, we already covered that. But yeah, it's because of the thin atmosphere around it, it doesn't transfer the heat. Also, we got a super chat from Quentin Van Booben that says, what's 20 kilometers in fridges? I don't know kilometers. That's about 39,000 of them there fridges. Or it's, what is it in bicycles, honey? Washers. It is about 20,000 washers. Because I believe a washer is about is about a meter tall. It's about 20,000 washers if you can stack those end to end. Hey, honey, did you know that if you stacked elephants so high they would touch the moon, the elephants would die? The elephants that are outside the atmosphere would die.
Inside the atmosphere would die. You couldn't stack that many elephants. The bottom elephants would die. They'd get crushed.
All the elephants would die.
All of the elephants would die.
Daniel M says, old people rule. That's right. We know shit, don't we?
The 660 degrees Celsius melting point of some of the titanium components would be exceeded by over 300 degrees. Now, I must emphatically state here that no one has ever seen a satellite. They do not exist, and every image of one that has been presented to you has been that of a computer-generated cartoon.
All right, hold on. I was bringing up a picture of a satellite in orbit, like a real satellite in orbit, and I mean that's pretty much just going to come from the ISS. But I mean, this right here would be a satellite in orbit. This is apparently from BBC too, but I mean it's a satellite in orbit. I don't know what you're expecting. Of course, if you look up just satellites, which, look, if you here's a maybe here's a better one. Look, there you go. Fucking satellite in orbit. There you go. This is this kind of looks like the Hubble telescope. Is this the Hubble telescope? Let's see. It's on Quora. It's probably going to say something right here. The NASA ESA Hubble telescope seen from the space shuttle after successful servicing mission. Yes. So Hubble, I got it right. I know some shit on occasion. Okay. Hubble telescope in orbit. So I don't want to hear shit about how we've never seen a satellite in orbit. We've got pictures of satellites in orbit. I don't want to hear your shit, okay? Now, of course, whenever you Google just satellite, you're going to get a lot of artist renditions of satellites. This is typically how we view them, as far as like if we're wanting to display them or anything like that. Typically, we have an artist rendition because it's kind of fucking hard to get a picture of the satellite, especially when you want to be photogenic about it. Okay? So, yeah. Let's see. Uhan Roderick says, didn't get a notification, just now realized wasn't logged in on my personal account. Hey there, Uhan. Jonathan Nickel also says that a little something for your birthday. Fuck, I'm getting a lot of shit for my birthday. You know what I did get for my birthday? This Versa 3, right? Yeah, it's a Fitbit. And so that's what I've been keeping track with, like, steps and shit. I'm almost at 10,000 steps. How many steps have you done today? Just curious. I'm not trying to show anything off or anything. None of my business, honey? Okay, none of my business, guys. All right, so let's continue.
The Hubble Space Telescope is another deception that flat out doesn't exist either, with every image from there a work of Photoshop. The deception is further exposed in the fact that geosynchronous.
All right, so Hubble telescope. For anybody out there that doesn't know anything about the Hubble telescope doesn't take pictures with like film or anything like that. The Hubble telescope is somewhat akin to a digital camera. They have a sensor that collects light, and you can actually collect light at different frequencies, and then for certain frequencies you can assign different colors to it. It's kind of like how we look at the sun. Now, when we look at the sun, we can take pictures of the sun in different ways. We can look at it just at the X-rays. We can look at it at different wavelengths. Like, we can look at it in several different ways, and we can assign colors to those ways. And the way that we get color, like, pictures of the things that, like, the Hubble telescope does, we can basically assign red to the red spectrum of visible light, green to the green spectrum, and blue to the blue portion of the wavelength. And then they put those together, and they're a composite image, and it gives you a full color image of whatever in the fuck it took. But it can also take pictures of wavelengths that are not visible to the human eyes. So whenever you see these things, right, the pictures that the Hubble telescope takes, not only is it because of possibly different wavelengths that aren't normally available to the human eye, but also because they have long exposures. If you've ever done a long exposure on a camera, you would know what I'm talking about. The longer that the sensor is exposed to whatever light sources are available, the more light that it collects and the more light shows up. So he was comparing just a general telescope, like, quick picture to a Hubble telescope picture. Obviously, the Hubble telescope is going to be longer exposed, as well as possibly including other wavelengths that are colored in different ways. So you have to take those things into consideration. Just because the pictures from the Hubble telescope look awesome and just beautiful as shit, and you can't see that from your telescope, does not mean that it's fake or that they're just artistic renditions of what people think is in space. So, I mean, you just got to keep that in mind, that it's not like a typical camera or anything like that. It's very particular equipment that's very sensitive, and it's done in particular ways and colored in specific ways. Oh, yes. Almost a Doctor pointed out, also no atmospheric distortion. That's a key point. There is no atmospheric distortion, because the Hubble telescope is in I believe low Earth orbit. It looked like it was in low Earth orbit, but it doesn't have a lot of atmosphere to actually look through. So it's so thin that there's no distortion between it and whatever it's looking at. It's just looking clear through space. We got Michael W. Roble, who says, back in 1962, we watched Echo 1, the first communications satellite, move across the sky with the naked eye. Yeah, what the fuck is up with that? Is it just a hologram there, Mr. Flat Earth Man? I guess it would be for you because you're a dumb fuck.
Satellites orbiting with the rotation of the Earth are said to be in precise synchronization in orbit around the Earth, and that any deviation, even by so much as a fraction of an inch, would result in a lost signal. Though NASA says earthquakes are among the things that slow the rotation of the Earth, these alleged satellites are yet able to maintain perfect geosynchronicity, with the occurrence of mishaps few and far between.
Okay, so his next thing is geosynchronous orbiting satellites. There are a number of these types of satellites. Typically, they're done for like weather observation as well as other scientific measurements of the surface of the Earth. Typically, the geosynchronous weather satellites are above the equator, and so what happens is that the satellite is moving at the same speed as the rotation of the Earth, so it is effectively staying relatively still compared to the surface of the Earth. Like relative to the surface of the Earth, they are standing still, but it's because they are moving at the same speed as the rotation of the Earth. For no reason says Hubble stays around 340-ish miles, 540-ish kilometers. Thank you there, For no reason. I appreciate you, man. So what he's saying here is that earthquakes slow the rotation of the Earth. That's not true. The biggest effect on the rotation of the Earth is actually the moon. And it's because it's tidally locked with the Earth. And so the culmination of those forces ends up slowing down the Earth. But it only slows the Earth down relatively slowly, so much that we can't even feel it. But he says that earthquakes are the things that are slowing down the Earth. In fact, it's actually the reverse that's true. The Earth seems to go through a cycle of slowing down every 25 to 32 years. And it slows down by mere milliseconds, right? And so during those years where the Earth has slowed down by just a few milliseconds, it seems like earthquakes are more prevalent. So it's not that earthquakes cause the Earth to slow down, it's that the Earth slowing down causes more earthquakes. And like I said, I'm going to have informational links in the description after this broadcast, but right now we don't know why the Earth slows down every 25 to 32 years. But it stays that way for around 5 years. And I think we just came out of a cycle of where it slowed down. And so there were more earthquakes. But for geosynchronous orbit of satellites, this doesn't really affect them. They stay in geosynchronous orbit. They are moving with the spin of the Earth. And so you don't have to worry about them. Other satellites, they have like GPS satellites. They have onboard things that will allow them to correct their orbit. So, there's no real problem with them. So, everything that he's saying here is just totally wrong.
Ignoring the threats posed from the infinite numbers of micrometeors and space rocks shooting unpredictably like bullets through the expanses of space.
Well, no. You have to understand, in order to put any kind of craft into orbit around the Earth, you have to account for the possibility of being hit by micrometeorites. And the way that they do that is with that hold technology that I was talking about. Don't try to tell him that, though. That'll blow his mind. But yeah, in order for the satellites to stay in orbit, they have to employ some kind of mitigation for these micrometeorites. So to assume that they don't do these things is just totally wrong. What's up?
Oh, nothing. After.
Okay.
Sorry, it was very funny.
Okay.
Think for yourself and ask questions.
Ask questions, except the questions that will totally prove me wrong. I don't want you to ask those questions. I want you to ask other questions that'll only prove me right. It's like the fucking Trump supporters with this election. I don't want you to check other districts. I just want you to check the districts that I have a problem with. Anyways, back to the main cam. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tonight. This is a little bit different. We haven't been doing Flat Earth a lot here lately. I'm so glad that Almost a Doctor was in the chat. Almost a Doctor said, I do ask questions to the experts. Will that do? No, because the experts are controlled by the Illuminati. Man, if only I had my Illuminati little mask thing, that would be great. I should have thought about that beforehand. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. I hope that you guys will thoughtfully consider the points that I have made against it, regardless of whether or not I'm wrong. I think that the flat earthers are just looking to prove like their particular worldview and not necessarily looking for the truth. That seems to be the case. And Casey has got my mask, which I wonder. Yep, it's clear.
It is. Oh no.
Hold on. Maybe I can turn off the filter real quick. There we go. Illuminati. Unless you do this, then it's like, I'm the Illuminati. I'm clear. You can't see me.
You can see the eye a little bit. The glitter.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for getting that, honey. But I hope that you guys enjoyed tonight. If you did, consider liking and subscribing because we've kind of been bleeding subscribers lately. But also consider sharing this out with a friend. Let them know that we do this kind of shit here on the channel. Maybe we'll start doing some more Flurf stuff if you guys like it like that. Uhan Roderick says, join the Skeptic Mafia and you get the Illuminati emoji. You do! Also, if you join, the first month is the Illuminati badge because you're joining up and you get the Illuminati badge. So I hope you guys will consider that. And yeah, I hope that you guys have a lovely weekend. Next week is Thanksgiving here in the States. If you're not in the States, I hope you have a good week. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to stand up, use your voice, and all that kind of good shit. Bye, heathens. But don't go because we're going over the Skeptic Mafia comments. You guys thought we were done? No, we're fucking not. Skeptic Mafia gets to leave comments on the video that we examine every Friday. And today is no different. We have some Skeptic Mafia comments to go over. So if you want to be able to leave a comment on the video that we review on Friday nights, then become a Skeptic Mafia member and you too can leave a comment about the video. And let's see, last time I checked, we didn't really have all that many comments tonight, so it might be a little short. Normally we got like 16 million comments, but tonight it seems like we've only got about 7. So let me get this set up right here. There we go. All right. Sorry, just getting it set up. I'm cut off from alcohol or I'd be asking for more right now. She said while I'm on stream, so I'm crossing my fingers that maybe.
You can do whatever you want when you're not on stream.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Urban and Monster. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this. Uh,
Got held for review.
that's right. We got 9 now. We got 9 comments. Y'all ready for this shit? I know I am. And just a reminder to all the mafiosos out there, y'all's memberships definitely already go to helping buy foster kids presents this year. So y'all don't really have to worry about that. If you want to give, just becoming a Skeptic Mafia member already helps out. I believe last month we were able to donate around $300 to the IAA, International Atheist Alliance?
No, Association of Atheists.
Association of Atheists. International Association of Atheists. We were able to donate about $300 to them, and they were really grateful for it. And so this month we're hoping to do a lot more good for the foster children. So definitely check out that PayPal pool or donate via Super Chat or membership here. All right, first up, we got Michael W. Ruble. I have to say, Michael, your name is awesome. I love saying your name. If you can't tell, I don't do Mikey W. Ruble. Like, I don't do that to everybody. Like, it's just your name. I don't know why. I feel like I'm in a ring and I'm announcing the contender that's going to knock the shit out of whoever is challenging you. Michael W. Roble says, "Aw, another flattered. Pretending that he is smart. It always fails to amaze me just how uninformed these people are. Doctors Dunning and Kruger have more work to do in explaining why stupid people are so willing to go to such great lengths to display their ignorance to the whole world." Footnote, flattered. Noun, from flat, referring to the shape of the earth, believers, learning curve, and turd, referring to the matter found within the cranial cavity and liberally spewed from the oral orifice of said flat earth proponent. Happy Thanksgiving, Xander, KC, and you too, GE. Stay safe. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate you, and all of the other Skeptic Mafia members. We got Jonathan Nickel, who says, "I posted this comment earlier, but it seems to have vanished. Either it got caught by a spam filter or it didn't hang around for long. Gee, if your spam filter comes up another comment of mine, please ignore it, as this repost should contain much of what I had to say. It doesn't surprise me that this guy is facing a copyright claim. Our flurfers are even smart enough to spell the word copyright. I don't know, but for anybody that doesn't know, that's joined after the beginning of the broadcast, so it had some copyrighted music in it in the first segment that we watched. I tried to get rid of some of it, but I couldn't get rid of all of it. So I stopped it in the middle of where it had a problem last time. So I'm hoping that maybe we kind of circumvented it, but I'm not sure. Where on earth did he get 2,000 degrees from? Space isn't exactly warm, there being no atmosphere or anything to capture the heat from the sun. True. There are some reference material on NASA put some portions of the thermosphere as reaching 4,600 degrees Fahrenheit or 2,000 degrees Celsius. Either one, but it ultimately doesn't matter because the ISS is not in that portion of the thermosphere. First, he asserts that the ISS isn't real. The ISS is visible to the naked eye, for crying out loud. I know, right? He thinks it's a hologram, though. Because obviously holograms a much more reasonable explanation than there's really an ISS orbiting the Earth. There is even a website which tracks its position so you know when and where to look for it. I recall seeing a space launch a couple years ago in which Tim Peake and another number of other scientists traveled to the ISS. Apparently, though, that didn't happen because this dipshit says so. Obviously, how didn't they burn up? Because, I mean, as we all know, the atmosphere that's at sea level is the exact same atmosphere that exists all over everywhere. Satellites aren't real either. I love to hear his explanation of how GPS works. How are radio and television signals transmitted around the world? I used to subscribe to satellite TV service and received a couple of hundred channels via an LNB connected to a satellite dish on my wall. I canceled that service recently as it was costing me a fair bit of money, and I found the channels I was getting through my aerial were more than sufficient. I never saw any of that TV though. This guy says satellites don't exist. Exactly. I know it's fucking ridiculous. But also, satellite TV is pretty expensive. When you have like even satellite internet is pretty expensive, and not all that efficient as far as speeds go and everything like that. So I think satellite TV is probably gonna fade out soon. Which big nostalgia moment for me, guys. Okay, so personal story. Y'all aren't gonna get anywhere else. I have an uncle, right? And he used to have a satellite dish. Except I remember it when the satellite dishes that you would get for your yard were those big motherfucking satellite dishes that like took up the entire yard.
My grandmother had one of those. We could lay in it.
Yeah. Casey said that her grandmother had one of those big motherfuckers, but these were not like the dish satellites that you see stuck on the sides of houses and apartment complexes now. No. This would be the entire front yard, and it would be pointed in a certain direction. And it's like, oh my God, satellite TV. What do you get, HBO?
See, I thought you were going to tell the story when you ran over the bush at my mom's house and hit their satellite dish and knocked their satellite out.
You know, honey, I don't need you outing me and my poor driving skills on air. So, listen, it was totally reasonable. I got to her parents' house. I pulled up to Casey's parents' house. I got ahead of myself. I got out of the car without putting it in park. It was still in drive, and it just drove right over a shrub.
And into the satellite.
And into a satellite dish, which then got them free YouTube TV, by the way.
Yes, and the bush is almost fully grown back.
Yeah, so really no damage was done at all. I don't know why we have to put this on blast for like 100 people.
I was just saying, that's the one I thought you were going to tell.
Yeah, well, you could have kept that shit to yourself.
To Timothy, what the fuck ever.
To Timothy, what the fuck ever. Shut the fuck up, okay? Also, get me more alcohol for after the show. Please. I love you.
I'm so sorry. Do what?
I said please, and I love you.
But it wasn't in the form of a question.
Can I please have more alcohol?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, when you get to Jonathan Hanachek's, he would like Bro Cephas to read it. I'm not sure why I'm telling you, but I'll go in the other room and tell Bro Cephas.
Okay. We'll do that. All right, Drew's book reviews. Oh, wait, hold on. Michael or Jonathan Nickel had a question. Why do you call a flurfer with what do you call a flurfer with a clue? Any oxymoron. Thank you there, Jonathan. Yeah. Drew's book reviews. Ha 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 ha. That's what I will start with. Up in space or high in the atmosphere, there's a lack of air, meaning lots of space between molecules and atoms. While those individual atoms and molecules may get to high temps, the scarcity of them and distance between them means that the heat energy transfer is very difficult and typically does not happen at all or very slowly. This is why it would take 12 to 26 hours or so to freeze in open space. Heat energy needs a medium to transfer into. True. 2. Anyone could see 150 miles in the distance with a direct line of sight. That's why we can see satellites in the ISS from the ground, but I can't see the beach from my house, even though the beach is only 3 kilometers away, because of, things like buildings, trees, cars, hills, etc. stop blocking my view. Even if we did live on a flat Earth, there would still be things blocking a direct line of sight on the ground, not up in the sky, and it's why we can see the stars, even though they're tens of thousands or millions of light years away. Direct line of sight, it's simple, really. I know, right? 3. Now that we are entering an era of private spaceflight operators, I encourage this guy to book a flight to the ISS along with this passenger crew to film a documentary proving once and for all that the Earth is flat. But somehow I doubt even if someone paid for no strings attached, he still would not do so because, well, he is a flat earther. That's got to be interesting. Like, I wonder if a flat earther were to ever get on a shuttle or a spacecraft and actually fly above the Earth, at least high enough to see that it's a globe. I wonder what his reaction would be. Do you think that his reaction would be to, like, doubt what he was seeing? Would it be to make up some kind of excuse like, oh, you knocked me out, now this is a hologram? Or do you think that he would try to walk outside of the aircraft or the spacecraft? It's kind of I'm kind of curious as to how a flat earther would react to it. Oh, thank you, honey. Anyway, heathens, on a side note, as of December 6th, my schedule is changing and I will be working Friday nights for the foreseeable future. So I will enjoy the next few weeks of being able to watch live, but I'll try to drop in to say hi Friday nights when I can, even if I can't really watch live while working. And of course, until next time, keep on reading. Hey, if anybody likes book reviews and shit like that, Drew's Book Reviews, he's got a great channel. Definitely go and check him out. Urban Imposter. The same old typical flurf BS of personal incredulity and piles of long debunked talking points from that mouth-shaped hole in their faces. And to be honest, I honestly didn't recall you asking you anything. Finally, to address the points of the satellites and fake Hubble 3 questions for the, do you know, fake Hubble, 3 questions for them. Do you know what the what atmospheric distortion is? 2, please tell me how a ship gets interwebs in the middle of the ocean. 3, how many times were you dropped on your head as a child? Granted, these are all rhetorical. Anyways, like, sub, and insert generic shilling here. Hey, if you guys don't know, with the exception of next week, we have the Skeptic Mafia podcast that posts every Tuesday, generally every Tuesday, where we discuss current events. So if you want to get in on that particular podcast, if you like those kinds of podcasts, definitely become a member so that you can get that podcast today. Yeah. Hey, I got a second drink while I'm still on stream.
You're almost done with your comments.
Chrismer and Dave. Wow, this dude is a fucking moron. And no, this isn't an ad hominem attack. It's just an objective fact. I feel like that's a rhyme. Like, and no, this ain't an ad hominem attack. It's just an objective fact, fool. Though, can we just erase that out of all of our memories right now? That hasn't had time to affect me yet. I'm still being affected by the first drink. Thank you. He's a fucking moron. Ding! I don't have much to say since I'm supposed to be setting up a stream right now, but at the very least, leave you with this, with today's ASCII. Look, son, a fucking idiot! Ding! because he's such a fucking idiot, now I'm going to go back to setting up the stream for both my own channel and NASA Black Site 33. Wait, is it not Black Site 69 anymore? Anyways, NASA Black Site 33, a new debunking channel that I hope y'all get the chance to visit. Now, go ahead and give a like button, a big old sloppy wet lick, and smash that subscribe button and let John shill the Skeptic Mafia. Love you guys. Peace! Hey, have you been notice all the special emojis that have been popping up in the chat? If you haven't, notice them now. And if you want to get them, you got to become part of the Skeptic Mafia. You can join at just the shill level, which is the lowest level, ironically. And you can get all of the all of the emojis, plus you get a nice little badge next to your name during these live streams. So, if you want to join the Skeptic Mafia, please do. Next, we got Hellbound Hillbilly. The foundation of the arguments laid out in this video seem to be misquoted from a NASA Science for Kids page where this shitwit shows off his reading comprehension skills by ignoring some key words like can reach up to, so he can erroneously imply that his temperature of 2,000 degrees Celsius would be a sustained temperature that would be required to melt aluminum or titanium parts of the ISS and satellites. In the case of a vehicle which is not attached to the literal ground, the conductive metallic chassis is often used to ground the system. Then we get the argument that there's lots of crap flying around out there that make it dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous, which is part of what makes it more exciting than your 9 to 5 in a cube farm. Anyway, I'm out of time for this rant, so I'll remind y'all that if you want this kind of content, you should hit the subscribe button and ring that little bell so YouTube will tell you when GE puts out new videos. While you're down there, give this stream a like, and how about checking out the Skeptic Mafia by hitting the join button? You get a weekly podcast, we get to vote on what you're going to watch on the stream, and you can leave a long-ass rant for GE to read out on the stream where you can get him to say all kinds of crazy shit like Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever. They're both cool, but Firefly and Doctor Who, leave them both in the dust. Fuck yeah. Although I do have to admit that I have a see if I can get it to pop up. Maybe. I don't know. Y'all can't. Oh shit. Y'all can't see. I get a Star Trek face from my Versa 3. But in any case, yeah, definitely Firefly and Doctor Who are the shit. Now, don't forget to wash your nasty ass hands and wear a friggin' mask so we can have you back here next time. Definitely. Boom. Thank you, Hellbound Hillbilly. The Ruined Warrior. Most of this is half-baked ideas. The rest is just mindless, obligatory, flat earth nonsense. Also, that is the mage from the background. Oh, wait, hold on. Also, that is the mage from the background image of the skills menu from Skyrim. Trickster. Grounding on the space station is pretty much the same as grounding on a car. After all, the wheels and tires are the only thing that actually touches actual ground. Grounding is simply using conductive materials to control the electrical feed. He says how dangerous something is, but everything about space is extremely dangerous. But if this isn't your passion, it can. But if this is your passion, it can still be considered fun. Finally, if Lady Astronaut was using hairspray to simulate weightlessness, then why is her hair moving the way it was? What kind of hairspray was she using? Magical hairspray. Brought to you by the Illuminati. It's the clear Illuminati. The clear Illuminati.
She definitely wasn't using Aquanet, because when you put that shit in your hair, it don't live.
Apparently, Aquanet does not permit you to move. Like, subscribe, and share this with a friend or two. Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica. None can hold a candle to this original series. Lost in Space! Thank you there, Trickster. I appreciate you, man.
Don't forget about this one.
Right. We got Jonathan. Hold on. I need to go and get Brocephus. 1 second.
Josephus, come in here.
What's up, heathens? I got brought back. I'm a little drunk. I've been sipping on more moonshine than I can really handle back there. I swear to Christ, this is the drunkest I've been in like a month. All right. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, I've got some fucking questions. Wow. Why would we spend possibly billions or trillions of dollars on fictitious information being disemboweled to the public? And now the fact that we have a private industry jumping into the mix on top of the fact that we have a national administration. Is there actual money to be had in this industry that no one but the flat earthers can see through? Holy fuck, what? That would be some really clever shit. Maybe maybe someone in the scientific community has realized that we have so fucked up this planet that we need to leave it to make sure that we as the great ape community can possibly prosper long after this planet is no longer viable for life. Of course, I believe in Christ, and so that ape shit is fucking bogus. We ain't apes, we just fuck them. I mean, we just look like them. Now, if you would like to ramble on like I just did, all you gotta do is hit that join button, become a Skeptic Mafia member. Then wait for the Friday video to come out. Once you accomplish that goal, you get to pester all of GE and KC, community of Godless Engineer and Mrs. Godless Engineer, and having him say whatever you like. Like, I believe that Star Trek is far superior. Casey is always almost right. Even if she's wrong, she could have been right. Even if she was wrong, she was right in the right. Even if she was wrong, thank you for your time tonight, and to all good night. I said that without fucking up. And please sing Technical Problems with GE, sponsored by Miss Casey. Hold on, I gotta get my thing out here. GE is normally the one that with the singing talent, but I will do my best. Technical problems with GE. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I gotta get back. Oh fucking shit. Hold on. I gotta do it. Alright, heathens and mafiosos alike, we are going to be going out right now. We're fucking done with the flurf shit. We got Michael W. Roble. Oh, wait, shit, hold on. Vanta Blue says, I average something like 20 to 25K steps per day at work. Come at me, bro. Oh, fuck, you done up the game there, Vanta. I'm going to have to fucking... I'm gonna have to do some shit there, Vanta. I'm gonna overtake you soon. You don't even know. I mean, I'm already doing the 10,000. The 10,000 is pretty hard already, but I'm gonna try to catch up to you. Michael W. Roble says, back in 1962, we watched Echo 1, the first communication satellite, move across the sky with the naked eye. I know, buddy. Huh?
You already read that, and you're way behind in the comments.
Oh, I'm looking at the super chats.
Oh, sorry.
Michael mentioned that in his
I'm sorry. That's
thing. That's okay. Uhan Roderick says Brocephus 2020 actually won the election. Fuck yeah, Brocephus 2020! I want a recount of every fucking state because I didn't even show up on any fucking ballots, okay? Obviously, there's some kind of propaganda thing going on right now. And I think that the Democrats and Republicans are stealing the election. Election fraud! Election fraud! Investigate every single fucking state and let's drag this out even more than it really needs to be. Anyways, I love moonshine.
Bro, Cephas,
What?
you're done now.
I'm gonna say bye to all the heathens.
Okay, you say bye.
What's up, heathens? If you got any questions for Bro Cephas, put them in the thing. Just tag Godless Engineer because I'm on his account, and that's the only way anybody can really get noticed. Like the Stolen Earth says, have you ever done a full episode comparing the similarities between Jesus and tantric teachings? I actually have not done that. I have compared Jesus to various other historical figures, and Jesus has shit evidence, while the other historical figures have good evidence. So, I mean, obviously Jesus is a fake. Is what GE would say, not me. I'm a good Christian boy. I suck that Jesus dick every Sunday. Chrismer and Dave says, yes, Cypher screwed us over and we're starting a new channel. Oh shit. That sucks there, Chrismer. I hate that, man. Stolen Earth says, wipe your face, man. You know, you're lucky I can feel my face right now. It's barely feeling it. Hey, Christmas says, hey, Godless Engineer, after the show, check out your Discord. I will definitely do that. Michael W is in the chat. Oh, maybe I'm really way behind. I am refreshing my shit right now. Refresh. I have to say, the best investment I've made has been these fucking glasses.
I thought you were going to say me.
Well, of course. I mean, you're not an investment, honey. You're a person. I'm not into objectifying you.
Are you not?
Do you want to be objectified?
Maybe sometimes, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Apparently, sometimes Casey likes being objectified. Where do I find 120 proof shine? Let's see. It's Old Smoky Mountain is the whiskey. Moonshine. Technically, it's just unaged whiskey because it's not technically moonshine because it's legal, but it's called Blue Flame, and it's 128 proof, so it's a little bit more than 120 proof. What? I was not breaking character. How dare you blaspheme my name? Daniel M. Unless you have a little time tonight, GE. What? I was close to making you a write-in candidate.
Oh no, he said, I'm gonna have to get a hold of you tomorrow. My wife's mom said some crazy shit, whatever.
Damn, it would probably be best to contact me tomorrow, because like right now, I'm not sure I would remember a conversation. I'm just being straight up, okay? I'm way past my calorie allotments for today. I'm sure because I don't know if you guys know this, but the calories for 1 ounce of moonshine is 80, I believe. 80 calories. And so that's like 240 calories for 3 ounces. I've had 2 of those plus pizza tonight. So I'm pretty fucked for today. Although generally I burn about 5,000 calories a day as far as Fitbit is concerned. So
You're all right.
yeah. Daniel M says, get those steps in. A lot of insulin. Actually, Cernid, I've actually went down on my insulin as far as like all that goes.
This doesn't need insulin.
Yeah, this doesn't. Yeah, actually, moonshine doesn't have any carbs. If you look it up, it's free of carbs, which I thought was, oh hey look, I can drink this and there's no carbs and I don't have to worry about my sugar, which is true, but it'll also make you fat. It'll make you fatter because of how many calories it takes. Limited Light says I do at least 11,000 steps a day. Oh, for any of the Skeptic Mafia that's here right now, we're planning on doing a Skeptic Mafia hangout tomorrow, probably about 4 p.m. Central Time. I just totally pulled that out of my ass. So I'm going to post it on the community tab, but probably about 4 p.m. Central Time is what we'll probably do.
Also, just so you know, your step average is over 12,000 a day.
Oh, my step average is over 12,000?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm at 10,000 right now. I made my 10,000 a day.
Okay.
Jonathan Handshake says, cool. Elizabeth says, I have an ex that was diabetic, moving around and exercising with help with the blood sugar levels. Yeah, so that's if you're type 2, which right now my doctor considers me a type 2, but up until my current doctor, I've always been considered a type 1, which means diet and exercise won't do shit. And, you know, since I've been moving at least 10,000 a day, my sugars have been like pretty good. I've actually had the problem now of them going too low at night. And so I try to make sure that when I go to bed, my sugars are pretty high in relation to what normal is. I guess it's a little high. I try to make sure I go to bed with that because like almost every day this past week, they've been dipping down really low. So, Elizabeth says he had a pancreas transplant, so he's no longer diabetic. Fuck, I wish I could get that. Give me an artificial one. I mean, I don't care. Put a goddamn machine in my stomach or where in the fuck the pancreas is. I don't care. Just give me something that'll produce fucking insulin. Well, anyways, heathens, I think I'm going to go and probably play. I've been playing Control. That game. So I think I might go and play some Control while we watch the movie. So I'm going to see you guys later. I'm totally drunk. And I will see you guys. I'll see the Skeptic Mafia tomorrow. And you guys sometime later because I'm taking off next week.
For your birthday?
For my birthday. It's my birthday week. And I'm going to do some fun shit. And I will definitely post about it on Twitter. I'm sure. Anyways, y'all have a good night. Y'all make sure you stand up, use your voice, and all that kind of good shit. Bye, heathens.